if we have anyone here right now, but yeah, as you can see, things a little bit different. You can see me now. That's unfortunate for you guys that you can see my face, but hey, you know what? There's always going to be some pain with pleasure, isn't there? So you enjoy the breaks. You're going to have to deal with my ugly mug now from now on, and I apologize for that. Yeah, so I sent the email out to some of the people that were already in this break. So I will grab it real quickly. Basically, let me see where I got this at. Geez. The long and short of it is this. We are very close on breaking this bad boy. So you see it here. I've just got the one spot remaining. So I have... it'd be a quick break. So I sent an email out to the people that are in this break that they want to buy last spot. Then we would be good to go to at least do this break before night's end. If it's not going to happen, then that's fine. Then that just means I could sit here for the next hour and talk with anyone that shows up in the stream. So how are you doing today, John? The other thing too, and yeah, it is a great setup now. This is much better than what we were dealing with before. Was waiting for my coworker to finish up the graphics. He's very good when it comes to making these sorts of things. So I think we're looking good now for sure. We're definitely looking more professional. But yeah, so hopefully last spot on this Chrome. If this goes by 6:30, I will break it tonight. The other thing too, why I am showing you this stuff is I discussed it a little bit yesterday. The idea of ripping a box if you guys buy it. So these are the boxes in front of you that I'm willing to do a rip on. I think it depends on the time. So like something clearly authentic, I could go all the way up to the last minute to rip this since it's just one card. So at any point in time, if you buy like a clearly authentic online, you want it to be ripped here on the stream, I will just rip this box that you see in front of me. Just give me the order number and we'll be good to go. Same thing with pretty much anything you see in front of you. As long as it's a break that is like relatively quick, we'll be able to rip it today. But in the future as well, these boxes you see in front of you, they're on sale. If you want to rip, right on camera here. I'll be probably streaming a little bit earlier, even before breaks, and even days like today without breaks. So if you see anything that interests you here between the Series 2, the Platinum, the Allure, the Clearly Authentic, the Minor League Heritage, or the Update Jumbo, then yeah, I'll rip it on stream for you, and we'll ship them out to you that way as opposed to just a sealed box if that's what you'd like. That's the gist of all the advertising parts, and now we can just sort of like relax. It looks like it's just me and you right now, John. So yeah, I don't know if you've been following up at like with any sports or anything, or what's going on with you. Because I've been just following a little bit of like football's been so brutal for me to follow. The Lions are such a joke. It is pain. Watching them celebrate like they won the Super Bowl for winning a single game in Week 13. This is so painful. Tigers, interesting. Don't know what we've got necessarily just yet. And then yeah, not too much otherwise. It was a damn shame though what the news that broke out yesterday about Demaryius Thomas. It's brutal. Hell of a player. Remember watching him on Sundays and thinking that he looked like a miniature version of Calvin. This big lanky guy that could go up and attack the ball. It's even more crazy too because at least all I see is like it's some sort of medical issue that hasn't been defined. So even more shocking when you see that. Usually you look and see someone pass away at 33. You're definitely not thinking natural causes, that's for sure. So I can't imagine how blindsided everyone must be about that. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I'll send out some more emails to get more people in here. I'm hoping more people will get in here. They should have gotten the notification. But that's whatever. I'll just have no problem just sitting here and then gazing at the beautiful new setup. As well, yeah. I don't know how legible is that scrolling, because it's hard for me to see. Like, I'm sure if you go full screen, like if you go full screen on it, can you tell what is scrolling there? Because that has been a pain, absolute pain to try and navigate how to make that work. You can kind of sort of make it out. I don't know. Okay, I know you can make it out. Okay. Just have to make sure you have it up on HD, but you can see. It's got so many breaks going right now. Jesus. So yeah, the top's chrome. That one's close. I think the other chrome is pretty close as well. Let's see. Missed the last 3 minutes? Oh, no worries. I was just basically filling air. I was just talking about how brutal the Lions were, so I haven't really followed them, and how sad it was to watch them win in Week 13 and celebrate like they won a Super Bowl. And then I just talked a little bit about Demaryius Thomas and how good of a player he was, and how you never expect a guy to die of natural causes at 33. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, I figure on mobile it's going to be small, for sure. That's not too surprising. Maybe I could do this. I could make a new scene. So I don't feel like... Yeah. Everything that is on that table right now is for sale and can be broken live on stream. But I don't feel like we need to see it right this moment, necessarily. So let's see. What if I fumble around and do this? Fit to screen. Awesome. And then... It's all good? Alright, we're all good. Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. I think in the future, probably work on it tomorrow and see if there's a way that I can, like in this setup, this is probably the best I can do. But I wonder if there's a way that I can make a not terrible looking screen, like another scene that I can switch to. Kind of make more of a focus on that. But, otherwise, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this break. I do hope that it fills. Because Topps Chrome is just a nice product. I've been collecting a lot of baseball cards in the last month. And Topps Chrome is definitely going to be on the list of things that I want to buy. At least when it comes to singles on eBay. Yeah, let's see. Trying to figure out if there's anything else crazy that I missed. I saw Old Man Rutherford became the GM of the interim GM of the Vancouver Canucks. I don't know how that's going to necessarily go. He very much dodged his responsibilities in Pittsburgh when things started to look iffy. It just kind of looked like he, ducked out of there. The other thing, too, is the idea of an interim general manager is very, very strange to me. the Penguins initially hired him, I believe, as well as an interim GM. Like they said, not so much in that term, more or less said that he was when they first hired him. Because I remember when the Penguins hired him, like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it's 5 years ago. They had said that Rutherford was only going to be the general manager of the Penguins for 3 years or 3 or 4 years, and then transition over to either Jason Botterill or Bill Guerin. Now, both of those guys, obviously, that didn't happen because both of those guys ended up getting GM jobs elsewhere. Botterill went over to Buffalo, and then Bill Guerin's in Minnesota right now. But I don't understand this whole concept of you hire a GM and his purpose is to just get a different GM. Like, why do you need a bridge? Even the press conference, Vancouver said, like, no, first and foremost, he's not going to be moving around with personnel. He's just going to find someone to replace him. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, why do you make a guy a GM to replace himself? Why can't you become, like, team president or something? Like, it doesn't seem like a role. It doesn't seem like a GM should find a GM. A team president, sure. But I would figure that the guy's probably just going to be the general manager and this is a hot air. Yeah. That's just my take on it. And I don't know. I wouldn't be too enthusiastic about it as a Canucks fan because Rutherford does have a propensity to make lopsided trades that are not in his favor. He very much falls in love with vets and grit. Especially on the grit side of things. I don't think that's very. I don't think that actually lends itself very well to today's NHL. But that's just me. I just don't think that's how you make a winning hockey team. Probably also, I don't know. Cause how much longer is Pettersson locked in there? Let's check. So he signed a 3-year deal, 7.35 a year. And he signed that on October 3rd of this year. Does that take him to UFA? Is he a UFA at the end of that? Expiry status is still RFA. Interesting. So they bridged him, but they didn't bridge him to... So it's still... That's weird. Don't know if I've ever seen that. Usually you see a bridge. Bridge a guy out to UFA status. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on there with Vancouver's core. Because I'm just very curious to see how that goes with... Curious to see how that goes with Rutherford at the helm. Alright, maybe we shoot out a couple more notifications, right? Need to get this filled out a little bit. Bear with me. Because, yeah, it definitely seems like it's going to be a slow day. We're just hanging on these one spots. One person. That's all we need is one person. And then we can run the break. Yeah, we're still hanging on it. Got the update as well. It was nice seeing you, though, John. Thanks for coming in. Hope you have a great night. Going to keep the stream open till around... If it keeps up like this, I will probably close the stream around like 6:35, 6:40. We'll give you guys some time. It definitely is seeming like a little bit of a fruitless endeavor right now. Hopefully that's not the case. You know, even if it just ends up being like, you know, me talking with a few of you guys, that would be great. It's perfectly fine. It is just one of those things. Let's see. Hanging on one spot is just torture. Absolutely torturous. Anthony, Andrew, Giancarlo. Okay, the usual suspects in this one. Tom. I think we'll say if the Topps Chrome does end up filling by... Wait for your bank account to grab the money? Ah, but you welcome back. Welcome back. Just saw the chat. Just trying to maybe reach out to see if anyone else wants to get in. Because I'm going to push it probably to... I think if I get it filled by 6:45, maybe I'd just stay after shift to do it. That's no problem. I'd do that. This is not very long. So I'd just say like a half hour past, that's fine with me. Once you get past 6:45, we're probably pushing it though. But yeah, no, John, for sure. Like, just let me know if you have anything that you're interested in as well. Like, is there anything in particular that you would like to see in a break? Because I can anything that you want to see, I can consider. It just comes down to me having a discussion with the owner of the store. You love the mixers, huh? Yeah, the hockey mixer. I think the hockey mixer is good. I'm looking forward to the archives one. Should be a lot of fun too. I think that one. Let's see. The spots are coming by here. Yeah, so 4 spots left in that one. So that one might be the archives mixer might be good to go. Hopefully by next week. Like you can see in the spots here that it's not like a lack of people buying in. There's a few of them have been very slow. Like I'm probably going to have to end up canceling a couple of them, particularly the basketball. It's been hanging at 15 spots for about a week. So okay, so you have your order as a pickup? Or are you talking about just in general coming to get hobby boxes? Yeah, because right here, right now, I'm at the Young Street location. I'm just got a separate room here now in the basement that I just use for breaks. This has kind of become my workstation. But yeah, let me know if you come by. Let me know. I can just come out and say hello. That's fine. You'll probably run into. I used to man the desk behind the counter in sports. I was there for about 4.5 years. The break things are like all these breaks are new, right? It's a whole new concept. We've only been going with like for about 3 weeks. So my job has basically been being down here in front of a computer, setting up the breaks, doing a lot of like the detailing stuff, like the back end stuff, inventory, all that fun stuff. But the person who now works behind the sports counter, his name's Zach. You'll probably run into him when you come in. If you want to meet me and introduce yourself, he'll just tell him. He'll probably text me, and I'll come up and I'll meet you. No problem. Because yeah, it's definitely been different doing this. A complete change of pace from how hectic upstairs can be. But if you haven't really come by the store here at the Young Street location too often, it gets crazy, man. It's unbelievable how crazy it can get. Especially around this time of year. Oof. Don't envy people trying to get your holiday shopping done. It's brutal. I have to do that this weekend, actually. It's going to be pretty rough, I think. Haven't even started for the girlfriend because she didn't give me her list until... She didn't give me her Christmas list until about 3 days ago. So, I'm in for a lot of fun on Sunday. Probably going to be throwing elbows like I'm Truba. Only the Q one a few times. So yeah, you'll notice that it's definitely a different flavor here. You got more of a warehouse sort of. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like when you go into the Kiel Street location, lots of open space. You've got like the overhanging ceilings. Kind of reminds you a little bit of like a Costco-like setting because it actually is a warehouse that we repurposed into a store. So they have pretty much everything there. Like if they don't have it at the counter, they'll have it in the back because 2/3 of it's still being used as a warehouse, I'd say. When it comes to just general like feel of the store, when you come to the downtown location, it's definitely more of a traditional card shop. It's exactly the type of experience that like you would typically think of when you think of a local card store. We don't necessarily have everything. We do have ample stock of the things that we do carry. Mostly just like the niche stuff in sports that we don't have. So like we don't have like the full array of like WWE or maybe the full array of soccer. Certainly like when it comes to things like hockey and baseball, that you're going to be completely fine. We have a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I would not say that the Q location feels like a typical LCS. It feels more like a big store. Like obviously we have the events going through, but when you're actually in there, the environment, at least to me in my experience being there, it definitely feels a lot different from any other card shop that I've been in. It feels almost like you're like in a box store, in a lot of ways, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, if there's anything like in particular that you were, because you have me here anyway, and I'm not going anywhere, so. If there was anything that you were planning to come and get and pick up, I can check and make sure that we have the inventory on it before you make the trip down here. And if I don't have the inventory, just let me know the day that you're coming down, and then I will. I can just inform the guys over in Vaughan to send me some of those boxes so you can come and pick them up. going to keep you over here. We're going to see if anyone else... I don't want to email all of the participants of former breaks because I feel like that might be a little bit intrusive. Just the ones that I know for sure like to come through often. Maybe I'll give them a little nudge. Definitely be hockey and baseball. I'm assuming you're probably going to want to go for like the Series 1, Series 2 extended sort of deal, right? Or are we going a little bit higher end? Because like when it comes to the staple stuff, we should be fine. When it comes to like more niche things, different story a little bit sometimes. But like, I think right now, I've got some Years of Topps Chrome stuff. I've got my Bowman Chrome stuff for baseball. I should have my archives. I should have archives going back to 2019, I think, upstairs. So 19, I think I have 19, 20, and 21. That should all be fine. Some other things up there too. Oh yeah, you should be mostly good. Let me double check on the Prism Baseball. I think I have Prism Baseball up there. I'm not sure. I know for a fact I have the Don Russ Choice stuff in baseball up there. Prism Baseball. Prism Baseball Hobby Box. Looks like I'm sold out actually. All locations I'm out. Yeah. Flat out on the Prism Baseball. I should be completely fine on the Platinum and the Allure. That you should be good on that. But the Prism Baseball, I'm out. Even in Vaughn, I'm out. The other thing, too. So I was looking. I don't know if you've heard anything about this. Because speaking of O-Pee-Chee Platinum, we just got in our pre-order invoices today. They're basically like the long and short of it. These companies ask us to make our order. And it seems like O-Pee-Chee Platinum's gained a facelift. Like a major, major facelift. So it does not... 2022 O-Pee-Chee Platinum does not look like it's going to be anywhere near the same product. I've been meaning to look into that because I found out about that earlier today. Like, I got blindsided by it. I was like, what is going on with this product? Let's do... Let's take a look right now. Sorry, I realized I switched... I'm typing in 2021, but those are my hotkeys. Absentmindedly just switched the scene. That's funny. But anyway, I have to remember to use the keys up at the top when I'm on stream here. So, 2021-22... O-Pee-Chee Platinum. Let's look into the details of this product because Yeah, see, large change to the box output, switching from 20 packs of four cards to 12 packs of 12 cards. So you instead of 80 cards, you're now going to get 144. But you still only get the one auto. But what's insane, so this is where I'm lost, okay? Based off what I have seen, the details are one auto, 144 cards in the box, 12 packs, 12 cards. Okay. Our cost to bring it in is probably twice as high as the year before, which means that this product is, whenever it does retail, it's probably going to end up being something well over 250. Whereas like O-Pee-Chee Platinum, I always looked as being that like really nice card set that you could get at $150 a box. Like they are drastically changing it. They're making blasters for it as well, which is obviously a first for O-Pee-Chee Platinum. So I have no idea what the rates will be on the blasters. Like the blaster itself, I'm imagining like price wise is probably going to be comparable to, let's say, like the Allure. You're probably looking at like, this is all speculation, but like I imagine the blasters are probably going to be like $35, $40 maybe whenever they release. But the hobbies are just totally different monster now. So I'm interested to see if it's just like going to be a if it's just going to be a sort of change that they make to the formatting of the card, or if there's actually going to be a significant difference in design. Because I don't know. I think the current O-Pee-Chee Platinum was in a pretty good spot to begin with. Like I very much thought that O-Pee-Chee Platinum was great value for what you put in. Like it felt like a premium card at $150 a box. It feels like a premium card. So I don't know. We'll see. Upper Deck's made a lot of changes to certain product over time. So I don't know. Usually it goes over well. So I'm not going to question it necessarily. I'm not doing that. I'm still excited for the product, but it is a big, big, big change, obviously. So I don't know. I don't know. As long as the blasters still maintain the idea of, being able to hit an autograph, maybe one every four. If you could get like an auto and maybe one in every 4 or 5 blasters, like probably one every 5 blasters or whatever, something like reasonable, or like some other sort of insert that people would want to chase, then maybe. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, you would imagine at 250 that you'd be getting 2 autographs, and 250 is me lowballing, right? So like, that's me lowballing. I think the market would be even higher than that. Like in all honesty. Because the cost itself on the pre-order is significantly higher than the current O-Pee-Chee Platinum is retailing at right now. So it's a seismic change. I think I can't even remember the last time that I saw a change that big. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. I'm trying to think of like, I've seen like sets disappear for sure. Like Panini's canceled a lot of sets and then they just bury the designs in the Chronicles. But in terms of an actual set changing to that degree, I think it's happened once. I'm trying to remember what it was. Something's like ringing in my mind, being like something got changed. It wasn't Synergy. What was it? It was something similar to that though. Ugh. Going to kill me. Another product too, actually, when we're talking about like high end, Why didn't they ever like one of our best sellers that we've ever had in the store, and I can't believe that I can't believe Upper Deck never did it again. Why did they never do a Splendor? Remember Splendor? I think it was like 2018. That is gorgeous. You can look on our Facebook group, 401 Games, our Facebook page for the store, and look at the big hits section. And one of the big hits that we had, arguably the biggest hit for the store in recent memory, was someone buying a box of Splendor and they got a silver stick Sidney Crosby auto with the autograph done in silver pen. It was absolutely nutty. I think that one was pulled. That one was pulled over at back when we were in Lawrence in Uptown. Remember having that box opened at the store, and I just freaked out, man. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are we seriously getting this?" Because I think it was a Crosby 1 of 1. It was a 1 of 1 Crosby silver stick auto. Yeah, Splendor's fire. I'm just surprised they never did it again. We moved so much of that. We couldn't keep it in. When it first came out, it was literally the only product people wanted. And it fits the sort of hole that, it hits the sort of hole that it seems like they want to fill with the O-Pee-Chee Platinum. I think that's my only concern, right? Like, I have no doubt. Like, Upper Deck makes great cards. I have no doubt, and I have no doubt that this won't sell. The only thing the only thing that concerns me is just that it's from O-Pee-Chee Platinum was a guaranteed autograph in a box of hockey cards at a price point that in hockey you typically don't get guaranteed autographs. It always makes me sad to see that sort of thing disappear. Because this is already becoming a pretty expensive hobby. Like, even for myself, right? Like, I personally have been shying away from buying boxes. So, like, I've been going into breaks like this. Which is the beauty of these breaks in the first place. Is you get to go into these boxes that you can't necessarily afford with your discretionary income. And maybe you'll hit something big. But, like, it's... O-Pee-Chee Platinum was one of those things that even I would be like, hey, yeah, like, I'm fine with that. I can stomach the rule. Yeah, now that's the thing. I imagine that would be it. If they're going to do, what I would like to see from them, what I would like to see from that set, would be a variety of parallels. Like, go more crazy, right? Like when we were opening a box of O-Pee-Chee Platinum. I don't know if you've seen the breaks that I've done here on stream for the O-Pee-Chee Platinum. Oh, we got our spam bot. So I don't know if you've seen the breaks or not, but some of these parallels are really cool. Like the sunset, I like the sunset quite a bit. The aquamarine that we pulled the other day was absolutely just cool to look at. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've pulled one. I think it's like they're out of $2.99. I think somewhere around there, and then you just have like the hockey players on a refractor, and he's underwater with a coral and like sharks behind him or whatever. It's very cool. I want to see more craziness. If they're going to go 12 packs, 12 cards, throw on more shiny stuff, make more short numbered parallels. Get a little bit more, get a little bit more wild and crazy. Because there has to be some sort of bang for your buck. One autograph is one autograph, and a lot of people do judge the value of the boxes on how many autographs are in the box. So unless you lean heavily into cool parallels, yellow tracks are sick. Yellow tracks look exactly like Mojo refractors from Bowman Chrome to me. Just a little bit more stylish. But I really like the Mojo refractor as well, so. I very much like those. This definitely doesn't look like at this point. I'll stay on till 7 o'clock, maybe. Maybe a little bit longer. Definitely doesn't look like this break is going to fire today, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we can get it firing tomorrow. I'll be streaming since the setup took me a while to get all the parts together for it. That's why I came on here at 6 o'clock. I'll be on earlier tomorrow for sure. Probably start the stream around 4. Plus, everyone should, like, you know, as long as you're not working a job like this, you should probably, if you're working a 9 to 5, you should have your Saturdays off. So, more people will be definitely available tomorrow anyway. But yeah, what do you think of this idea as well? Is this anything that you'd be interested in at all, John? The buying a box through the website and then having it ripped here, because we could even do that for downtown pickup if you ever want to do that. Like if we had people in the store, because I would just sleeve and supply it. Like I would just sleeve everything for you. So you'd at least save on those supplies. I wouldn't charge you for that. Yeah. Yeah, so if there's like any box that you were thinking of, I can bring it down. I can bring it down maybe like next stream or keep it around. And if you had any interest in doing any of these, I can just grab a box before the night ends and just set it aside, so that whenever you're ready to buy it and do a break like this, just like a personal sort of deal, then we can just run with it. Because it's something that I think is just a lot of fun. You'll get to share it with other people. You know, like one of the things I really liked about this job pre-COVID was lots of my like customers knew each other, right? We had a sense of community pre-COVID. So people would just come in, they'd talk with me, we'd just talk sports, whatever. And you'll break one, then have to come there and pick it up and buy a few more boxes. Yeah. I think that's a lot of fun. Because like pre-COVID, all my regular customers that knew each other, they kind of grouped together, buy a box from me. Uh-oh. There we go. We froze up there. They'd buy a box from me, right? And then they would just watch each other break. And then they'd share the excitement with other people. And then if one person broke, then another person would be like, oh, I'll beat you. And then they broke, and everyone just... It gets into a contest of like people just having fun and getting excited for each other and then wanting to get in on the fun. I kind of want to have that experience come back, right? And I figured this is probably the best way to do it. COVID restrictions obviously tightening up again, which means that it doesn't look like those days are coming back physically for quite a while. But maybe we can recreate that in the sort of virtual sense, right? So like a bunch of you guys are starting to get to know each other. You guys in the chat that I've seen, you guys get excited for each other when there's a big pull, which is great. So I imagine that sort of enthusiasm would carry on, you know. Plus, it's just a good way to fill in the time, right? When there's not a break that's scheduled to be done, right? When we're having a day like today, for example. Obviously, next time, like this isn't enough time to really get people to want to break, like doing like an hour or so. But that's why tomorrow we'll start from 4. We'll keep it on from 4 to 7, and we'll see how it goes. But it's a good way to fill that time. Oh, what's up? Yeah. Tell you what, though. If you did, I think as we're getting closer, his stream, I'll probably have to turn the stream off at, I'll take it at 7:10, maybe somewhere around there. Uh, if someone comes in right now and buys the Clearly Authentic and gives me the order number, I will definitely rip it. That's a 2-second rip. I don't even have to pack that thing. It's just, just attach a shipping number to it. Things are already encased. I actually like that product a lot too. Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the fun, right? Getting the huge hit yourself, obviously, like, everyone loves that, right? But when you see other people get a huge hit, it's just as exciting in a lot of ways. It's one thing that I've very much noticed, just doing this job for as long as I've had, is there's really not, like, how would I put this? Like, obviously there's a lot of money that goes into sports, right? There's, like, in general, right? You've got, like, your gambling, you've got your, like, well, mostly just your gambling. There's a lot of greed in sports. There's a lot of greed in general, right? And then sports cards themselves can really, like, have a lot of value. But it's funny because even though this is like a big money hobby where people can actually like make a lot of money if they hit the right things, I never see, like, I have yet to see anyone get jealous. I've yet to see anyone really, like, have that sort of vice. And I've seen a lot of people. Like, I've dealt with a lot of people. And it really still at its core, it really, and what I love about it is it very much is a collector's hobby still. People just want to see other people get cool things. People just want to appreciate the cool things. There's big money in it, but the reason why that there's big money in it is because it's run by passion and not by greed. So at least what the value of all these things basically is just determined by the collector, and people are buying this stuff mostly for passion. So it's genuinely a great community in my experience. Now I can't speak for every like experience out there. But I feel like I've seen enough people, at least here in Toronto, that I can confidently say that, like, the Canadian, between, like, the people I've dealt with from out of Toronto and the people that I've dealt with in Toronto, it seems to me like the Canadian collectible community's got a really good head on its shoulders overall when it comes to sports cards in particular. And I mean, you guys see it. You see it in this chat, so yeah, when we have the breaks, our typical people in here like Giancarlo and Andrew and Anthony and Ryan and so on and so forth, all of you guys just seem to be enthusiastic for one another. And we've had some big hits. Like, I don't know. You've come in and you've seen quite a bit. What do you think is the biggest hit so far of the streams that you have seen here? So I'm kind of torn. There's the Sydney to 25, right? See that break in particular. That break in particular, I I can't even pick the best hit from that break. I don't know what it is. We had the Sydney to 25, the Byram 1 of 1, and then the Jambalaya, right? All from the same inner case. That was I don't know if we'll ever top that. Like we'll never top that for Skybox for sure. But we've seen we've been at this for what? I think about we're coming up on week number 3 of breaking, right? And in that time, what have we seen? We've seen a Matthews Jambalaya, Crosby net deposits number 20 to 25, Byram precious metal gem 1 of 1 on the super fractor. All from the same break. Yeah, it was Jambalaya, Matthews Jambalaya. You can actually see it on the stream too if you go back to the intercase break. Yeah, we did pull the Jambalaya for Matthews. So that one break, Crosby 28 I think it was number 20 or 25 on the Crosby, number 1 of 1 on the precious metal gems for Bull and Byram, and the Matthews Jambalaya on the same intercase. Not to mention all the other precious metal gems that we had pulled of various players. But those were the standouts for sure. Each one of those you would argue would be... Well, the Jambalaya is beyond a case hit. That's 1 every 600 packs. So, that's like multiple case hit. But then the 1 of 1... All of them, again, all of them in that one inner case could have been considered case hits. But then even like on the Bowman Chrome, I think the Bowman Chrome has been mostly hella jelly, eh? I don't blame you. Yeah, even the Bowman Chrome has been like... The Bowman Chrome has been pretty good. Yesterday's break, man. Holy jeez. Whew. Absolutely incredible. Like, I don't even know what to say about yesterday's break. Andrew made out like a frickin' bandit. But that could have been anybody, obviously. Like, all the hits went to the Cubs. You could have been a person that bought one spot. If you hit Cubbies, you'd be walking away with, well, big smile on your face. Because we hit the Johendrick 16 of 50 on the gold refractor. And then we hit 406 of 499 on the Christian Hernandez autograph. And then Ed Howard was just rainbow refractored standard 1 no auto, but that one was out of 499. But like Christian Hernandez, I'd say was probably the 3rd biggest prospect to get in that box, only behind Rodriguez and Colmenares. And then he got Johendrick, who was another like legitimate prospect, and he got that load numbered out of 50. So that was crazy. Before that, the Rodriguez Speckle refractor out of 299 was great. Yeah, no, I remember that one. I remember going to that card and going like, "Oh my god!" Like there he is, because I had just been talking about like, "Hey, we need a hit that guy," and then it was like maybe not even 5 seconds after that, the Speckle comes in. There's definitely some crazy moments when it comes to breaking. It's a lot of fun too. I mean, look, I get to just sit behind the camera and watch every single person get extremely excited. It doesn't get much better than that. But when I pulled the probably the most surreal card to pull so far, the Jambalaya, I'll admit, I did not know immediately what I was looking at. So when I pulled that, I didn't immediately appreciate what I had pulled until the chat kind of informed me of what it is. Because my strength more on the baseball side. I'm more of a baseball guy. I'll talk more baseball than anything. I know my hockey. I just don't know the specifics for every hockey product. Skybox Metal is not something I've personally collected. So I did not know the jambalaya was as rare as it was. Now I appreciate it after the fact, but when I pulled the Bowen Byram 1/1 Precious Metal Gem, it felt like literal goosebumps because Byram's a top 5 rookie in that class. I would say at least top 5 rookie you're seeking after, and you get a 1/1 out of that. Ugh, jeez. There's been a few moments like that. I can't wait to open up. I'm still hoping for the day that I open up one of those packs and I literally start shaking. I want one of those hits where it's like, holy crap, I better pack this thing. I want to have a mansion in my hand. I would love to have that happen. That would be crazy. Let me pull one of them trouts. One of them trouts that are worth $4.5 million or whatever the hell it is. Craziest things I've ever seen in the store, though, and it's your hit. Sure. Just, how do I rig this? Okay, did we say this was going to Anthony? We meant John. Yeah, it says John. John's spelled with an A and an N, right? Nah. But I don't know. Yeah, no, we've had some good hits. What else is there? Nothing too crazy from the SP, I don't think. All right, we did the SP Authentic the other day. I mean, it was a fun break. I don't think we hit anything too nutty. Stadium Club was okay. Silver and gold. Did I get anything from that? Yeah, we've been at this for 3 solid weeks, though. It's been 3 solid weeks. Just looking at it here. Massive Mixer. What, man, that... Oof. The Massive Mixer took so much more time. That took so much more time post-break than actually breaking. If you can believe that. Holy jeez. Did that take a long time. We had to get multiple people on the sort there. I had to get the shipping guys to come in. Normally, we just get the, on these smaller breaks, I just usually take 45 minutes or whatever, make sure everything's in order. And then have them go through and then, hand it off to shipping guys, they double check it, and then we're out. That Mega Mixer, man, that was... Whew. That was a lot of cards. That was enough cards for half a shift. We got another mixer, not as big, so thankfully. But mind you, might be an even better deal. I don't know if you've seen that hockey mixer that we threw up. Lots of product in there. Yeah, it's a box of Allure. I'm looking at it now. Let me put it up on screen. Let's move these boxes because these boxes probably are not selling tonight anyway. So let's get these out of the way for tomorrow. They can go back up on stream tomorrow. And I'm just going to show you the mixer. It's a $25 buy-in, 31 spots. Yeah, so this is the other mixer that we're going to be doing. So, this one's up on the website. Still quite a few cards. $25, yeah. $25, and you get in on the Allure, the Metal, the extended hobby, and the Series 2 hobby. Which, I mean, what else are you going to use $25 on? It's like 2 Happy Meals. You know what I mean? When you put things in perspective, right? That's what I like about breaking. Because like if I went in, like particularly, I don't know how you go about collecting. Like I don't know if you're more of a I would just want to have everyone that's relevant, or if you are like, hey, I want like I'm a fan of X team, or I want or kind of like a few teams. And I just want to collect the players of those teams. There's always different types of collectors, right? So like for me, for example, right? Like if I were to show you my card collection, it's very small. It's very much just I have Spencer Torkelson stuff, I have Riley Green stuff, I have Akil Badu stuff, um, Dylan Dingler, Casey Mize, Tariq Skubal, that sort of deal, right? It's more like I'm just getting all the Tigers stuff that I can. I'm a Tigers fan, bleed it, I don't shut up about it. I mean, look at the damn color scheme I'm wearing right now. So my collection kind of reflects that. But breaks are a good way. Like even we do team random here mostly. I think team random is just better overall to try and get people in because So we tried doing this actually 2 years ago, and we were doing team select, and we'd have undesirable teams and very expensive teams both would just hang, and so our breaks would not run. Like I think we only 2 years ago when we first started doing this, we only were able to get 2 breaks to run over the course of I think 2 months. Obviously, this has been far more successful. Even though we were also their prices back then were about the same as they were now. It's just I think both the overall outreach and then just the fact like if again even though we were charging let's say like $150 for a team that might have been $250, it's still like $150 on one team. It's pretty tough to stomach. So team random I think does do better overall for the general people, and even in that sense, like for me as a collector as well, I'm willing to just take even though I'm more of like a Tigers collection guy. I've gone into team random breaks just because like if I can get into a team random break for like $30 or whatever, why not? If I get the Tigers, I'm elated. If I get anyone else, it's still like if it's coming from a product that I would never purchase otherwise, I don't really care then, Because when would I ever? For me personally, like I would never be able to get my hands on something like Top Sterling or whatever. Or Bowman Sterling, or you know what, even like Bowman Chrome. Like I'll buy it by the pack. I won't buy going after a hits and like a case. Not something that I would ever be able to like pony up and do. But with breaks, totally different story. I am excited for this one though as well. I think this one here, because my spots on this Excel sheet are what they were coming in. I want to see if any of this had sold since I started. So 26 active spots on this one it looks like. But I don't know. I don't imagine that it will take too long to fill, honestly. Another one that's going to be interesting too is when we do the Team Canada stuff. Letter random. It's the only way that you could do it for sure because everyone's on the same team, but it's going to be a little bit of a trip. I'm definitely going to screw up on the. At some point, I will screw up on the randomizer. I'll be like, okay, because I can only think of the alphabet in the song. I'm gonna put in all of the letters and then be like, wait a minute, not all of these are here. I have to start removing things. Why can't Team Canada just have every letter represented? Make my life easy. Yeah, so we're still hanging one spot left on the 2020 Topps Chrome break. One spot left hanging on the update baseball jumbo. That one I'm surprised is still hanging though. Like, you get 6 teams, 5 spots, 6 teams, $35. You're paying probably around $30 for a pack. And I really like what they did with the update this year. Like the gold foil cards in this year's update series, I think they're gorgeous. I went in on a break of update jumbo myself. Not for that cheap, holy crap, but at the price that you would expect. I think my buy-in, it was Detroit Tigers specific. I was chasing after the Akil Baddoo. And I bought into that break. Hurt the wallet a little bit. I ended up getting lucky, but we hit on the Baddoo autograph, one of the autograph, the Future Stars one, and then but it's funny because the cards I ended up liking the most were actually all the gold foils. We hit on quite a few gold foil Tigers. Like, I ended up getting them, obviously. And, man, like, there was the one card in the update series. Man, you bots really like to come in here, eh? Time you out as well. So, the long and short of it is there's this really cool card called the Snow Tigers. Got that in the gold foil. You know, the first game of the season the Tigers played, right, with Miguel Cabrera hitting the home run with the snowstorm. It was the celebration at home plate after that home run's on that card. And with the gold foils themselves, when you look at the old gold foils for update series, so like something like Acuna's update, it's just a gold parallel. I don't think that was English. I think that's a like a malicious link. Like they want you to copy and paste and then get a virus or spyware or whatever. But the old update series, the parallels were just kind of like a gold, right? They were just kind of like how to describe it? They weren't metallic. They were just like a matte gold. But this year's update, the gold foils, metallic gold, and then they actually have made like a metallic parallel on the inside. Like on the card's actually the chromatic at this point. I love that. I love anything that like I've said that a million times. I know, John. I know I've said that a million times in all the other streams, but chrome looking cards, I'm such a sucker for them. And those gold foils over at those gold foils in the update series, actually very, very nice. Very, very nice cards. Another thing too, I've been looking into, but I can't really do it because I don't really have the inventory for it yet. But I would love to do football breaks. It's just hard. There's just not much football that we have. It's really hard to get a lot of that product in stock right now. And then even then too, the football was probably going to be pretty expensive to buy in. Like no matter how cheap we have the markup, it's still going to be a pretty penny. Just looking at what else do I have? So we do have the update series mixer. No one's bought into that one yet. It's all the retails, 1, 2, and extended retail mixer. SPX still has 12 spots. So we sold 3 spots in that one. I might have to, you know what? Because I know this will probably, just trying to see what I can do. Because I think a lot of the things that I could break, I've already got up. Yeah, no, football can definitely be worth it. It's just like the idea behind it might be different. So like obviously right now we're just starting off. I've made this clear with you guys. I've been open and honest about it, right? In terms of like we're just trying to cultivate a community right now. So like the things that like a lot of our breaks right now are things that we're willing to sell them at a point where we're not making money. But then there's some products, like as you saw with the Bowman Chrome, our Bowman Chrome situation got to a point where we're still cheaper than everywhere else, but we can't do it at cost anymore because we can't get more in. So like when it comes to football, the problem that might have when it comes to breaking football, we don't get much of it to begin with. Once it does sell, we don't get it back. So if it were to go into a break, it would probably pretty much be at retail right away, which might not be a problem, but it's just not. It's just going to stick out a little bit compared to the rest of the field. You know, like if I broke open, let's say, God, I have some like Panini Black, but that'd be such an expensive break. I can do like a $3 break of Panini Black. I'd say it'd be what, like $2,100 worth of cards, right? And you'd probably still only split that up by maybe division. That'd be a big ask. XR. Maybe we could do a box of XR. I don't have much of it left, but maybe we could part with a box of XR. $500 box. How many cards in this? 14. Oh, jeez. See, I'd probably want to do that by division as well. Football's weird. It's a weird beast. Too many, you know what the biggest problem football has? Too many of the products are high end. Like the stuff that we have is not conducive to a good break, if that makes sense. You know, like if I do a division, north, south, west, and east, 8 divisions. If we did one box, you're probably looking at like $45 a spot minimum on a box of XR. There's 14 cards in the box. No guarantee anyone gets a division, and then you're eating $50 and maybe you walk away with a $5 gift card. Like, purposefully, my ideas for the breaks to this point have definitely been leaning towards like making sure that you come away and like feel like you got a fair shake, right? Like you don't, obviously you come away with like a bunch of base on a $30 spot. You probably didn't get your money's worth necessarily, but at least like you got something, you know, and you got to participate in it, and you got to like, you know, have the enjoyment of watching, and then seeing like, you know, I got this, I got that. Maybe like you have your own personal collection, gain a truckload of base, you actually don't mind that. I'm trying to avoid as much as possible people walking away and getting like literally the equivalent of a rock. You know? Oh, no worries. You can play back what I said. The beauty of the internet. But, yeah, no, the long and short of it is just explaining that the problem with football is I don't think a lot of it is like set up to be conducive to a break, right? You got to like a lot of products that are very, very expensive. And then, you know, like XR Football is one of the products that we have that has cards in it. And when I mean cards, I mean it only has 14 cards, but compared to the other football product that we have, that's a lot, you know? So if I split that up into divisions, 8 divisions, 14 cards, someone's probably going to walk away with nothing. And I kind of want to avoid that. I want to avoid that as much. I want to limit that as much as I can. Because like I said, we're all collectors, right? So like, personally, I'd rather have a stack of cards, even if they're not worth very much, than walk away with nothing. Yeah, it's very high reward, high risk. Correct. I think the only way that is the game. That is the game. You're right. I think what I would want to do though then would probably like those types of things. I'd probably do multi-box break on. You know, and I don't. One that would increase the entrance price, but that's fine as long as people are willing to pay. But the other problem is that I don't have much stock in most of the football. Most of my football items are 5 left or less amongst all locations. Most of it's up in Vaughan. So I would have to get them down here, and then I'd have to see from there. Yeah, football, I just don't have much. I'm just looking at it right now. I don't have much right now. Maybe throw up some soccer, but I don't know. I don't see many places do soccer breaks. So I'll probably be on 4:30 tomorrow, and we will try and fill up that break. Might also see what else I could do. Might not even be a bad idea tomorrow if more people show up to the stream. And we're just trying to kill some time. I'd love to hear everyone's input as to like what they would want to see potentially, because I could just take a bunch of ideas. At the end of the day, right? The breaks are not. I've said it many times before, but the breaks are about you guys. So when it comes to that, I obviously want to have things that appeal. And obviously some things seem to have more appeal than others. I can't help but notice the fact that baseball Seems to have the most appeal out of everything right now. And there's more that we could probably do with baseball. Bowman Sterling, I think I have a bit of, actually. Might not be a terrible thing to break. We got the, yeah, I do. So maybe I'll do a multi-box Bowman Sterling break next few days. Throw it up. And what else? Bowman Chrome Mixer's back. Still at 12 spots in that one. Update Jumbo I expect to sell out eventually. Just hanging. I hope so. I mean, the sport itself has definitely been picking up. Canada's becoming a more diverse and international country, right? Like, you look at Toronto, and what is almost half the city at this point, I think, is like first generation immigrant, right? Somewhere like 40% or something like that. It's getting close. It's like a significant chunk of the city. And when that happens, obviously, lots of countries that are not North America, and most countries that are not in North America, soccer is the king. So when you get demographic changes like that, it's definitely going to change the popularity of the sport. Same thing happened with basketball as well. I still think that's the reason why the Raptors blew up. Like, the Raptors also obviously won a championship, but they were getting really big even before that. And basketball just has so much pull internationally. But it's even surprising that it's taken this long for soccer to like really pick up, because soccer itself, I think, like when it comes to youth sports, I want to say for at least 30 years, right? It's been the most. It's been the most registered youth sport in the country, so you would have figured it'd be a matter of time before the talent pool really started to get flowing just from that alone, just the sheer amount of people playing it. Andrew, you're late. You're late. I'm probably just about to wind down the stream like any minute now. Probably any minute now. We were hoping on something breaking tonight, so but I'll give you a quick rundown on what you missed. So I was just advertising this break here for a little bit there. That's just the mixer. That's $25 to buy in on the hockey. But furthermore, we are going to start doing rip and chips. So these were the items that someone could have bought today online if they gave me their order number. I would have broken it on the stream. We're going to do that going forward as well. So these will be back. If you buy any one of these, give me your order number. Then I'll just do the personal rip on the stream itself. You know, any of these items here. So they'll be back tomorrow. I was just hoping, because we're still on the update series and on the update series and on the Topps Chrome 2020. We entered today hanging on just one spot left. So I was hoping, sure, if you want to buy the Clearly Authentic right now, I'll rip it. That's the one box that I definitely can just do. It's one card, very easy. It won't take me time. So yeah, if you want to go through the checkout process, I can just rip it here on stream. Just type in the order number. So that's what we're going to start doing. Is I'm going to take boxes from upstairs, bring them down here. If you guys purchase it online, type in the order number for me. I will rip it on the stream, and you'll get to share the box opening with everyone else, and then we just ship up the contents of the card, well, the contents of the box to you, right? So I think it's just a fun way to, what do you do for shipping method? Just keep it as is, right? We'll just, like, you know, whatever you want to do. If you want to get it shipped, then we'll do shipping. If you want to get it pick up, then select pick up. It's just the people that are going to be handling the shipping. The shipping will be different. Yeah, there's no break option. It's fine. It's fine. You can just go with the mailing option. I'll just break it and then we'll ship it out like it was a single. So if you just go through the standard thing, I can take care of it all like the details on my end. You don't have to do anything. Just check out as you normally would. So if you normally ship, then just do shipping, and instead we'll just ship the contents of the box as opposed to the box itself. That's all that changes. Sick. Awesome. Get right on that. Let me confirm that real quick for you, Andrew. And then, yeah, we're still hanging. Hopefully tomorrow we get the... what's it called? It's going to bug me. We get the 2020 Chrome fixed up and ready to go. We're just hanging on the one spot. So... I'll be starting the stream probably tomorrow around 4 o'clock. I'll have more of these boxes to, like, you know, kill the time. And if people want to do rip and ships or whatever, and then we will just wait and see if the actual break will go. And if not, we're still here. We can still do some personal box openings and we can still have fun. So. All right. Yeah, it looks like we're good to go. So I'm just going to make a note of it here. 401 490 032. So that order has been made. And this is exciting. All right. So first one. And I'm not surprised that it's Andrew, because I think, Andrew, you've been in like almost every break. So I think it's only fitting. I don't have a trout auto, just saying. All right, guys. It's opened. Are you kidding me? It's not Mike Trout, but I think you're going to be happy. All right, who would you want? What rookies would you want from Clearly Authentic? I'm going to leave you a little bit in suspense. All right, I'll just show it to you. You got yourself a Brian Hayes, numbered 35 to 75, dude, on the black parallel. There you go. One of the main rookies you want. It's Brian Hayes, black parallel, 35 of 75, Pittsburgh Pirates. Isn't that a great way? You got Brian Hayes, man. 35 of 75, black parallel. That is sick. That is sick. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Holy Toledo. So, do you mind sharing that luck with anyone else? Why you hog on the luck? God. Man can't be satisfied with Johendrick. Has to come in and get the Cabrian as well. But seriously, congratulations. That is a great way to end it. I opened the box so slightly. I was like, okay, let's peek at it. I'm like, oh my god, does that say Hayes? Is that Hayes and is that black? Like, yep, yep, and yep. Absolutely crazy. It's also funny as well because I don't really see it like I love Clearly Authentic. And we've ripped a lot of this in the store, pre-COVID, so different years. This was a very popular one that people opened in the store. And I never really saw anyone get like fantastic hits out of it. I think the best that I saw was like an Acuna that wasn't nearly as low number as this, and it was just like a normal Acuna. But it's funny that the first time that I see like a really, really nice hit is on this stream, and it's from Andrew K. I think that's only fitting. Nope. I'm curious, how much is this right now? If anyone even has it, right? Auto Black Brian Hayes. Active listing on eBay at $300 pretty much, $295. This one was numbered 23 of 75. So you're probably looking at least a $250 card, bare minimum, I would imagine. And like obviously my suggestion would be probably to hold, because that Pirates team was just so god awful. I don't think it's fair to, I don't think it's fair to judge Hayes after just one season. So I'd hold. I think it could go up higher than that. But that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, I agree. It'll go up. It'll go up. But I mean, he paid somewhere around like $100 maybe. So even like if you want to flip it immediately, hell of a good flip. This is such a nice card, to be honest. The black, the black bordering, right? The black refractor goes so well with the actual jersey too. So I would actually, I'd actually be very tempted to even just keep this in my collection if it were me. It's such a cool card. So it is translucent too, so it even looks cool from the back. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, congratulations again. I think that's a good way to end it. I'll make sure that this gets to the shipping guys. And it will get to you for sure. Safe and sound. It's going to be that was a lot of fun. I want to do more of that. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully get more people that want to do personal openings, because that was sick. Yeah, definitely keep it for the personal collection. That's good to hear. That's always the best, right? I always like hearing that person wants to just keep the card for the personal collection. Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's originally all about. So one more look at him. And then I'm going to end the stream, I think. The Cabrian Hayes. I wouldn't even say the 11th hour, where the clock is past 12. The stream was originally going to end at like 7:10, and I just kept going. And then that made Andrew able to come in here and pick up this bad boy. So, he saw an opportunity, he took it, and he came away with a Brian Hayes. It's a great way to end the night. Take care, guys. Take care, John. Take care, Andrew. We'll see you next time.